So the whole idea of this particular these particular beats is for beginners, well, not only beginners, but anyone that wants to go back to the basics to get comfortable with time, feel, and the best way to get that done is to go back to some of the basic rock beats. So this can also apply to beginners as well. So the way I'm going to approach this is, for those of you who are already intermediate or advanced, you don't need to go the piecing together route, which I'm going to do in most of these videos. But for you beginners, how I'm going to work this and piece it together will help you get the basic rock patterns down. But for you intermediate and advanced players, you don't need to do that. You just throw on a metronome and just play the groove for as long as possible. Alright, so the first and most simple rock beat is your bass drum on 1 and 3 and your snare drum on 2 and 4. So I'm going to play this rock groove and then we're going to piece it together. Okay, so that rock beat, the notes are, the bass drums are on beats 1 and 3, the snare drums are on beats 2 and 4. So, if you're a beginner, how would you go about learning this? Well, as I teach my students, the best way is to piece the notes together. Now, the most consistent thing, this is how we're going to start it, the most consistent thing in these grooves is your hi-hat. Right? So those are eighth notes. Right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? These rock grooves are in a 4/4 time signature. So there's 4 beats in the measure and the quarter note gets the beat. That's what 4/4 means. I go into more detail about that in my beginner lessons with my individual students, but for time's sake, I'm not going to do that. So, now, how do we start? Okay, so, start with your hi-hat, okay? We're going to add the first note, which is a bass drum on beat 1, okay? This is what it's going to sound like. All right. Let's start with the 8th note on the hi-hat. Then we're going to put a bass drum on 1, which is going to play that a couple times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's the first note. The next note is a snare drum on beat 2. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So again, start with your hi-hat. 8 notes on your hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we got beats 1 and 2 so far. Then obviously the next note is the bass drum on beat 3. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 with 8 notes on the hi-hat. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have that. Now obviously I do this a lot more in my individual lessons. We keep repeating it until the student has it down, but this is just for all of you that don't study with me, this is how you could make some type of progress in your practice session. Okay, so the last note we have is a snare drum on beat 4. Okay, this is the last note. Okay. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the first and most simplest rock beat. So from here on out, the bass drums change. Okay, so the bass drum notes become more more prominent. So as we go. So stay tuned for the next beat. See you soon.